There is no ability to change except except what God gives you. There's no ability or any power except what He gives you. Like whenever you think, you're gonna go do something, I'm gonna go help this person. Who gave you the legs to walk and help that person? Who gave you the hands or the idea to go help that person? You have nothing. Some people, they'll see that same person who's struggling and they'll walk by. Who gave them the idea, the ability, the hands, the idea to do it?
Yeah, yeah. Hey, Saj. You ready, Saj? Hey, Saj is ready. Hey, welcome, Saj. We got 5 minutes. Let me start this timer. Saj! Is that how you
What's
say your
going
name,
on,
bro?
man? Actually, that's just I just shortened it. My full name is actually it's Sajid.
Sajid.
But yeah,
Good to meet you, bro. I'm Grayson.
good to meet you, man. What's
Thanks for
going
coming
on,
on
man?
here, bro.
Yeah, I'm pretty nervous, not gonna lie.
Don't be, bro. I'm just some little punk. Like actually.
Yeah. No, I
Like
mean, no,
seriously.
not
We're just talking through the screen and just people are watching. It's just like we're FaceTime.
right. So I mean, I was thinking about it. I just wanted to drop a big statement because there's this one scholar of the past. He made a statement that I heard one time and it really hit hard. He said that it's something on the lines of, it's like someone who claims prophethood, right? They're either the best of people or they're the worst of creation. Because think about it, man. If someone is claiming to be a prophet of God, either they're telling the truth, right, and they're really from God, or they're trying to gain something. So it could be some sort of political advantage, some sort of power, something of that nature, right? Because why lie? If someone
Wait,
is
couldn't it be
trying to just
both? What if it was both? And
both, what do you mean?
like they are a prophet of God and they are trying to gain something.
Well, I don't believe a prophet of God, right? They're sent by God. They're just trying to purvey whatever God told them. So they wouldn't be trying to gain like money, or they wouldn't be trying to gain, power for the sake of power. You know what I'm saying? Like worldly things, right?
Okay, go on.
So the scholar made the statement, either this person is a liar, right? And if a liar who claims prophethood, anyone will be able to notice it because they'll see, he's trying to gain women, or he's trying to gain political power, or he's trying to take people's money. In the case of, some things that like the church is like, they're reaping in money and he's driving a Ferrari,
Yeah.
So in that scenario, it's like, okay, they're either the best of people or they're the worst of people. That's really, and he was saying, you can't really mistake it. Someone who's claiming to be from God, like let's say you want to just bring a good message to people. If you're claiming you want to bring a good message to people, but then you're lying as your base, things should be based off of their base intention. You're lying, like if I wanted to bring something good to you, let's say I wasn't a prophet, right? But I was trying to teach you a good lesson. I wouldn't start off saying I'm a prophet with a lie. It's not exactly making much sense in that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, okay. So now we have to investigate because, everyone can claim. A personal thing is like, it's not a personal thing. Without God and without I wouldn't exactly say religion, but without revelation, right? I don't believe you can really have morality. Because, to the atheist person, I was debating with my atheist friend for months, is insane. But to an atheist
Loser.
person,
Your friend. What a
sorry?
loser.
What a loser, really. To an atheist person, I mean, we're just particles. Like, we're just atoms hitting each other, So if you chop off the head of a snowman and the head of a man, there's no difference. It's just like particles moving around, They're just being rearranged.
Yeah.
You can't ever assign like something being evil and something being good. It's not possible in that way. So because of that, I think,
But could I ask,
yeah.
like, what if you were on an island and you had never left the island and you had been born there and nobody on the island had ever received revelations from God? You're saying there would be no, it'd just be like animals?
No. I'm saying that like without God and without revelation, you can't establish something is evil and something is good, right? You can only say like, okay, if you hurt people, right? You can say that it's hurting people. But you can't say hurting people is bad. You know? You can't prove that, is what I'm saying. So without revelation, what it comes to is like, I think, killing people is bad. But someone else may not think that. And who's to say he's more right than me or I'm more right than him? Who decides that? Because it's just my word against your word. So it's really just your own opinion. So I don't believe, and I don't think majority of people believe, like there are things that are certainly evil. There's no dispute about it. But if you remove God from the equation and you remove religion from the equation, you no longer have that certainty, that objective nature that you can say, this is 100% wrong. You can't say that without those things. So then I just wanted to give you, whether you believe these narrations are true or not, right? If you hear them and you say, if they were true, I think he's true. You don't have to say that this is actually true. You say, if these, I'll give you a few of them. If these happen to be true, like these elements of his character, for example, right? If these happen to be true, then I believe he's true. Because I think like there's certain things I just don't believe anyone can have this type of character. So if you want to go through them, we can go through them, or if you don't want to, we don't have to.
Well, our 5-minute timer has just ran out.
All right,
you want to say one of them?
Sure. So one of the companions said, I myself witnessed on the day of Badr, you studied that fight, how we used to stay close to the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, for cover. And he was the closest of us to the enemy, and he was the fiercest warrior on that day. So tell me this. It's perfectly okay for the leader of an army, for the leader of a country to be in the back, to be far away. But you're telling me this man was in the front. Find me one leader in history in the front of the army, and they used him as a shield. Like, do you know the bravery of that guy? That's insane. It's perfect.
Wait,
it would be perfect.
How did he not die, though?
But that's what I'm saying. If you have certainty, like, you're from God, God is with you, right? You know that, God is going to send his aid. You're not scared. So you're really telling me that, like, I would have no problem if this said that he was in the back of the army. I'd be fine with it. He's the leader of the Muslims at the time. It's perfectly okay. Let him be in the back. Let them fight. He was in the front, and he was in front of everybody. He had no fear.
Yeah.
I was just
That's
like,
dope.
I mean,
Our leaders need to do that today.
They wouldn't. That's the thing.
Kamala would.
Nah, man. I do not support any type of, like, when I see Kamala Harris coming on my YouTube ad and she's like, hey, support my campaign, I'm like, who are you? I mean, these people, they're supporting genocide. None of them, they're all the same. Think about this. This will flip your head, Jake Grayson. We claim to be in a democracy and that we can choose whichever leader we want. But we only get to choose between the candidates. We don't choose the candidates.
Yo.
Who put them there?
Matrix just been broken. I've thought that too, bro.
We don't get to choose.
That's when I realized I have no control.
You have no control. They're all the same.
Keep doing push-ups. The only
It's
thing
true.
we can control is push-ups. That's
They're
pretty
all
much
the
about
same,
it.
man. It's true.
It's very true.
I'll give. I don't know if you want to hear this, but it relates to leaders. That's why I'll mention it.
Okay.
This is not the prophet. This is just the after he died, the people who succeeded him as leaders.
I get you.
Okay. There was one who took over later. His name is Omar, and there was a scenario where he was the leader of the Muslims, right? So he was walking through the streets, and he basically heard children crying.
Okay.
Right, in someone's house. So he knocked on the door, and he asked the mom. He's like, "Why are they crying?" And she was like, "They're hungry." And he saw that she's cooking something. So he's like, "What are you cooking?" And she's like, I just have the food on the stove. I'm just hoping that they'll think about food and fall asleep because I don't have anything to feed them." Right? So it's the leader of the Muslims. He's there. She doesn't know it's him. So then he says, she complains to him. She's like, "Man, look at that leader. look at Umar, because he was the leader. He's just sitting there while we're suffering here. And he goes, he's the leader, but he doesn't reveal it to her. He goes, how would he know, that you guys are suffering? And she says, his problem should be our problems. Sorry, our problems should be his problems. So then he goes to the treasury, and he starts getting together food. And the man who works at the treasury, he's like, all right, you're the leader. Let me take this. I'll fill up the bag. I'll take it to her. He's like, no, it's my problem. These are my people. So he fills the bag himself. Think about the president, basically the president, the leader, fills the bag himself. He takes it to her, and he doesn't just drop the food on the porch. He takes the food. He starts cooking for her. And then not only cooking, then he serves them food. And then she says, you shouldn't, Umar should not be leader. You should have been the leader. And then he says, if you go meet him one day, maybe you'll see me there. So that's the whole story. And it's like, these are the people who learned from the Prophet. And you can see it reflective in how they acted. If we had a leader like that today, who really cared, and even the leader just walking in the streets that can hear the problems, it doesn't exist today.
Yeah. Hey, this is what we need more of today.
Right.
Maybe you should become a leader.
I hope, man.
It seems like you already are. You're talking to thousands of people right now, 400 people live right now, and then thousands of people, God willing, are going to see this. So what do you got to say to the people besides the great message you've already dropped?
Whew.
You're on a microphone in front of 5,000 plus people right now.
There is no ability to change except what God gives you. There's no ability or any power except what he gives you. Like whenever you think, you're going to go do something, I'm going to go help this person. Who gave you the legs to walk and help that person? Who gave you the hands or the idea to go help that person? You have nothing. Some people, they'll see that same person who's struggling and they'll walk by. Who gave them the idea, the ability, the hands, the idea to do it?
Yeah. No, you're right, bro. We didn't even birth ourselves.
Right. We did nothing.
Yeah. We're just doing what's already been done. We're just doing like step 100. We're doing like the last step. We're just like living. It's already, the miracle's already been done. Hey, Saj, I appreciate you coming on here, bro. Can I ask how old you are?
I'm 16.
16, bro. You know a lot. Hey, when you're my age, 22, when you're old and 22 years old, you know more than me, and that's pretty hard to do because I'm a pretty wise guy, Some people say I'm the smartest guy in the world. What do you think about that, Saj?
They say knowledge is that which benefits. So it's really about whatever you do.
True.
If I know a bunch of things, but they don't change my life, I have no knowledge.
We only can do what God give us. That's what I'm taking away from Saj, as well as those stories. Never heard those. And Muhammad fighting on the front line. We should all be doing that. If we really stand for something, then go stand for it. Hey, Saj, thanks for coming on, bro.
All right, I'll see you, man.
God bless you. God bless you too. See you, bro. Hey, W Saj in the chat right now. Right now! It's Grayson here. I have a message for you, and the message will be different based on the fact if you're fat or if you're not fat. Anyways, I'm Grayson Brock, a 21-year-old kid from Texas. I'm just like you, except one day I stopped smiling and I said, you know what? I'm going to change my life for the better. I woke up on the wrong side of the bed. And I continue to wake up on the wrong side of the bed every single day because I'm that guy that was in the chat. Anyways, if you'd like to directly support free speech and the continued documentation of my life, you can click the first link below and purchase me a coffee. And if you're fat, use that money to get a personal trainer instead. Don't click the first link below if you're fat. W's in the chat.